All right, hey, this is Lionel Menchaca. I am here with John Hull, who is the manager of the Linux technology team. And John, I know you guys have been working really hard on a couple of different projects. Can you tell me what you guys were working on, up to this point?
Yeah, so this year, the primary goal of the team is to release new operating systems, work on Linux technology, and get those out to our customers. Earlier this year, we were working on releasing Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5 on our servers and workstations. And over the last couple of months, we've been working through Ubuntu 7.0 for known as Feisty Fawn, releasing that on the three consumer systems.
All right, and one of the things that folks were keen on in the blogosphere is that they wanted to have Linux pre-installed was one thing, but longer term they were saying that the driver development is key. Right. What can you tell us about what Dell is doing long term to develop drivers at the kernel level?
Sure. So what we've done, and our customers know this on the PowerEdge and Precision side, is that we work with our driver vendors to help them mature and stabilize their drivers and get those upstream in the Linux kernel. Since we haven't had a desktop offering in a long time, a lot of those technologies, the drivers for those aren't quite as stable. The challenges going forward are to work with the vendors to help work with the community to get their drivers more mature and stable, so that we can offer a broad range of hardware support on our consumer systems.
And lastly, before we meet some of the members of your team, wanted to ask about codecs, because that's one of the pieces of feedback from users so far is when they see that we're not shipping audio and video codecs on these systems, that we're not taking it seriously. Sure. So what are some of the details you guys have to work through to address that issue?
Well, of course, the main area there is the licensing issues. The codecs we're not shipping all have proprietary licenses, are all royalty bearing. We wanted to get a program out quickly and that met most of our customers' demands. Customers said they wanted free and open source software and hardware support. That's really what we have with this first release. Over the next couple of months, we're going to really dive into the codec issues, looking at the audio codecs, the video codecs, DVD, playback, all those different kinds of things, and see what we can do, what we can work with our vendors to deliver that support based on the feedback the customers have given us.
All right. And Roger, can you tell me your involvement in supporting Linux here at Dell?
Yes, my name is Roger Noriega. I'm the Precision Linux lead, and now just recently have been tasked with the Ubuntu test project.
And what are some of the kind of things you worked through to get us here today?
Well, I guess one of the most things is the aggressive schedule that we've had, the short turnaround, and Linux is Linux, but Ubuntu is, all Linux distributions are slightly different. It's just a small learning curve, and dealing with all the teams and trying to get the hardware in such a short time. And usually for Precision, we do some real intensive tests. And since the short turnaround time, again, the 60 days, we've had a challenge getting all that done on 3 platforms with the short schedule.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Rez, I wanted to chat with you for a minute. What do you do from a Dell Linux perspective?
So my name is Rizwanul Kabir. What I do basically is I lead the portable efforts within the Linux engineering team here at Dell. And so my job is basically to find out the technologies that are interesting for portables. For example, the power management, ACPI, wireless, both local area and wide area, a modem, hotkeys, all this stuff. I look at these technologies and work with our vendors and the Linux community in general to get the support for our platforms.
My name is Hatim Amro, and I'm the factory install development engineer. And what I do usually is take all the work that my team does on the back end and transfer that into content to the factory.
All right, and kind of one of the misperceptions I think that's out there is that that us pre-installing a certain Linux distribution is a pretty simple thing. We just add a CD in the box and go through the manual install, and we're done. In reality, it's more complex than that. Can you tell us some of the challenges you work through?
Yeah, it's actually a whole lot more complex than that. The road to the factory consists of multiple steps, distinct steps that are serialized. However, for this project, we had to overlap these steps drastically because of the schedule that we had. And in addition to that, we had to work with the teams that we depend on in the factory so they can supply us with our dependencies in a timely manner. And that was the biggest challenge. We had a drastically overlapping schedule, and at the same time, these teams are not used to such drastically quick schedule. And I had to drive those dependencies so that we are enabled in the factory at the right time.
All right. Well, wanted to thank everybody for for spending a few minutes with us. This is a day that a lot of folks here at Dell were looking forward to. So we're glad to say that you can now order these systems, and we'll be shipping them very soon. Thanks.